Are you going on a year abroad this year? Are you worried about visas, paperwork, making friends, and moving to a foreign country where you have to make a new life for yourself for a year? If so, not to despair. My name is Andrew. I attend the University of Cambridge, and I'm here to help you unlock your dream year abroad with just 10 tips that help me unlock my dream year abroad in Italy. Let's get going. My first tip is say yes to everything. Obviously, to a certain extent, like, don't say yes to dodgy stuff, but say yes to everything. If you're feeling nervous, like, oh, is it going to be awkward if I go? Is it going to be bad? Worst comes to worst, you're going to be in this country for maximum a year. So if something goes badly, you can just, like, never go to that part of town again. But generally, just say yes to every opportunity. There's some stuff, it might sound odd. For example, there was something that I really wanted to do. I saw this poster, I think it was, like, outside the notice board, and it said, like, collettivo teatrale, like a theatre collective. And I was like, that sounds fun. And it was like, you know, autogestito, it's organized by ourselves, like the people who are part of the group run it. And I was like, that sounds so much fun. But I just don't know why I procrastinate about going. I was like, I don't know anyone there, like it's gonna be awkward. And then I went. You see that in my vlog number 1 week in the life plug. But I went and it was just so much fun. But the most important thing wasn't actually the theatre exercises, which were good, but it was actually about meeting people. And then from meeting those people, they can say, for example, say you were searching for like a cheerleading team, they could say, oh, actually I've got a friend that does cheerleading, and from that you meet other people. So definitely just say yes to every opportunity. Do you want to go to this party? Even if you don't really want to go, just go. Force yourself to go out there, make new friends, and go out of your comfort zone. Number 1. So take every opportunity to socialize and network. Number 2, do your research. It depends what things you're interested in. So for example, I really like cheerleading, I love dance, I love all kind of creative arts like that. So I was really determined to find a cheerleading gym. That was obviously difficult to find because it's not the most common sport. But yeah, research. And then even if you find a gymnastics school, it's not a cheerleading gym, you could ask, or you could try their classes, ask people, but try and keep yourself busy. Even if, you know, at home, in England, you know, you've got your friends and you don't normally like go out that much. Like you might go out to do, like, you're not part of that many societies. Try and like just double the amount of things you do in your year abroad, especially at the start, because it's all about meeting new people. It obviously is stressful because you arrive in a new country and you probably don't know anybody. But this is why you have to do activities that, even if you know you don't like knitting, but knitting club would be a good way to meet new people. That's fine. Go join knitting club. And number 3 is get your visa stuff sorted ASAP. So obviously because of Brexit, it's a lot more difficult to have a year abroad, but do not dismay. Just make sure to get this sorted out ASAP. I'm begging you, because I mean, I did my stuff obviously all before I went to get in the country, but beyond that, when you arrive, there might be some stuff you have to sort out. You might have to get some papers signed. I had to get my permesso di soggiorno, permit of stay, sorted out. Go and get that signed right away, because one of my friends, who I love very much, is probably watching this, I love her so much, but basically she forgot to get some stuff signed until she left. Like, she was kind of procrastinating it, and then she left the country and she hadn't got the stuff signed yet. So I helped out with that, but you know, that could have gone wrong. So make sure to get all your visa stuff sorted ASAP, permit of stay, anything like that. Number 4 is write down your goals for your year abroad before going and check up on yourself. It doesn't have to be like every week, but like every couple months. This was really good for me because I knew before I went to Italy that I wanted to mainly, first and foremost, learn the Italian language really well. You might be studying fashion, you go to Italy. So in that case, maybe learning Italian language is not actually something you're interested in. You're just interested in the course and meeting people who speak English, and that's gonna be fine. But I knew my main motivation for my year abroad was learning the language fluently. So yeah, I wrote that down. I thought, okay, what are the things I want to do? I want to do some more cheerleading, try and join a cheerleading gym. I want to maybe try and learn some Chinese. I want to travel Italy, and just maybe choosing maybe 3 to 5 main objectives means that, because there's going to be probably a lot of opportunities, but just choosing 3 to 5 main objectives and then checking up after 3 months, okay, have I been doing this? If not, how can I kind of change my daily routine, change what I've just generally been doing to achieve these goals? And for me, it just meant that it ensured that when I got back, I wasn't going to be like, oh, I wish I'd done that, or I wish I'd done this, because I've been checking up on myself and said, okay, well, you know, actually, I've not been doing this goal number 1. How can I do it? And it means that you're still reflecting on your time abroad whilst you're still there. So there's still something you can do to change it. Essentially meaning that when you leave your year abroad, you're going to have no regrets. So I would 100% recommend writing your goals down and checking up, you know, when you've arrived, 2 months in, 4 months in, or however often you want. Another one that's kind of related is it's okay to speak English or ask for help. So the first one about English is this is probably humanities, language student specific, but even if you go there to learn a language fluently, if there's someone who speaks English, don't stop yourself from being friends with them just because they're going to speak to you in English. Like, the fact if you're even speaking Italian or whichever the target language is every single day, that's already really, really good, and you're going to be improving. Don't do what I did, and maybe this was just me who did this, but I was like, I'm going to speak 100% Italian. And even if someone was like, oh, can I speak English? Or I couldn't express something in Italian, I just wouldn't say it. Even if, for example, the person I was speaking with was fluent in English or they understood English, I wouldn't say it in English. I just prefer not say exactly what I want to say than have to resort to English, which can be fine, but also it meant sometimes I just got frustrated because I wasn't really properly explaining exactly what I wanted to say, and that can take a toll on your mental health, and it can also just be generally tiring to be speaking a foreign language all day. So it's okay to have friends who speak your language, and this also is relevant for asking for help. You're going to be in a new country. It's a really big change, so it's okay to ask somebody, hey, I'm actually struggling with this, if there's a buddy system at your host university or wherever you're going to, and just find if there's any kind of community that I don't know, for example, say, I don't know, if there's any community of English speakers, any community of Brits abroad, any community of Erasmus, things like that, then try and just find like your safe space, or just ask people for help. It's completely okay to ask people for help. If you don't know where you're going, just ask somebody. If you don't, just ask. Don't suffer in silence. Don't, even if it's something small, just ask. Number 6 I put was get a routine. This took me a while in Italy, and I had a routine to start with that wasn't probably the best, but eventually I think the routine I had, it wasn't the get up at 5 a.m. and go for a run and study and, the super productive routine or the super like early morning routine, which, I kind of would have liked to have, but it wasn't really realistic with the university lifestyle of some late night events. That sounds dodgy. I meant like going to parties, they're not going to be ending at 9 p.m, you know what I mean? Or like socializing and stuff like that. But yeah, realistically, you don't have to have like this like super productive, incredible 5 a.m. routine. However, I think it is good to kind of be doing the same thing day in, day out, roughly, just because otherwise you're in a new country, you're surrounded by people you don't know to start off with, and you have no routine. It's kind of a recipe for disaster. So at least if you have it can be a recipe for disaster, but at least if you get up at the same time each day, you do the same thing each morning, it can give you a sense of like, okay, like this is my safe space, I'm happy here. Yeah, it just makes you feel more confident and comfortable in that new place, and it's, definitely recommend getting some sort of routine. Number 7 is just kind of 4 general things that, I just wanted to bunch them all together. So the number 1 I put is try new food, try new specialties of the region. Don't prioritize work was kind of a big one for me, because it might be, and this was just my year abroad experience, might be different for you, but I feel like it can be kind of a shared experience for other year abroad students. Completely depends on which program you're doing. If you're doing Erasmus, if you've got study scholarship, if you're going there to do a research project. But for me, the workload was lower at my receiving university than at university in England. So don't prioritize work, because you're not going to go away from your year abroad and be like, oh, I wish I studied more. You're going to think, I wish I went to that party. I wish I tried that food. I wish I went to that restaurant. I wish I really explored the town. So yeah. Try new food, don't prioritize work. Visit the country if you've got money, if you've got savings, if you can get a job. It'd be really good to visit the country, visit the surrounding towns. I was really happy to do that with Italy. And earn money if you can. This is very dependent on each situation. My situation meant I had time to start tutoring and get money that I needed for traveling. Number 8 is reflect about your career. This year out is a whole year to just take a step back from your home university, take a step back from England, and you've got the chance to think, okay, so what do I actually really like doing? What do I want to do after my degree? Or even just think, what are some internships? What are some other work experience I can get, even online? Just have, I was thinking, gotta keep an eye out for Selena, have half of your brain, vaguely aware of the fact you're gonna graduate sometime soon and what you're gonna do after that, because it's all fine and dandy just working at your home institution and then graduating. But yeah, it was good for me to have a think about some other internships I could apply for. Obviously, the first couple months I was really tired. I was exhausted from all the visa application, and also from just being a Cambridge student in the last year and a half, in the year and a half prior to coming. But after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to think about some stuff that could strengthen my CV. You don't have to be doing loads. It could just be good to do a little bit every now and then, so that when you come back in your whichever year, like third year, second year, fourth year, your CV is going to be stronger, which is never going to be a bad thing. That's never going to be a disadvantage, and it would just be good. So I got my CV looking shipshape in my year abroad, and it was just really helpful because I know that that's going to save me time in the future when I've got applications to do. Sorry, I'm speaking so fast. But yeah, having a good CV just ready to send off at any moment and getting little admin things done like that means that it's going to save me time in the future, so I can actually properly focus on my degree next year. I mean, I already was anyway, but it's a good investment of time. And then the 9th one is reflect on passion projects. This is why I started my YouTube channel. Hello. This is because I've always loved making videos, and the first couple vlogs that I made, they were filmed like over a year ago, and then only in Italy I had the time to just edit them and publish them and learn that new skill. It might not be YouTube, it might be gymnastics, it might be running, it might be journaling, it might be yoga, it might be anything, it might be cooking, it might be baking. But just, use this time to just think about what really makes you happy and what things make you feel good. Because if you're doing things that you're good at, you're just gonna feel better about yourself. So, yeah. And the last tip, also, before I give it, this video has been based on my experience of a year abroad. It might be very different for yours. One of my friends went to go and write her thesis, her dissertation for her undergraduate degree on an Erasmus. So obviously it was a lot more stressful than my Erasmus. So some of these tips might not be relevant, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoy my advice. My last tip is be kind to yourself and don't compare yourself to others or your past self, like your life in England, in an unhealthy way. So for example, you might think, oh, I've only made this many friends, or I've hardly spoken the target language today, or, I prefer my life at home, or, no one likes me here, or like any negative thoughts like that. It's really not healthy, because at the end of the day, you've moved to a different country where you probably don't know anybody or know very few people. You're speaking a second language, possibly, that you don't know that well. Like, you might know it, but obviously you're stronger in English, and you're creating a whole new life for yourself, which is a big deal. So don't be unkind to yourself. Don't think, oh, I'm better at this in England, I'm better at that, or I miss this, I miss that. It's okay to miss things, but always comparing yourself to, in England, I could do this. For example, you might think that, in England, I don't know, I studied more, or in England, I worked out more, or something like that. Well, maybe you have more time for working out because you weren't spending more time trying to make new friends. In your home institution, like your home university, you've already got your friendship group, so you spend less time, actively going out trying to make friends, unless you're like at the start of freshers. It might also be, my friends in England, they might just know me better, they just get me more. Well, obviously at the start of your stay, you've only just met these people and you've known your friends in England for a lot longer, so it's not healthy to compare. So yeah, just generally be kind to yourself, and manage your expectations, because it's going to be a great year abroad. But don't necessarily, who knows, dream big, but don't go into a year abroad with the expectation of like, I'm gonna find my like Spanish husband, or I'm gonna meet my soulmate. And I was really lucky, I met really, really awesome people. But even if I didn't meet any friends that were like forever friends, which I did, but like if I didn't meet any like forever friends, that would have been okay, because you don't have to make, it's important to obviously meet locals, be friends with locals, but they don't have to be your best friends for your entire life. So that's not a shade at all to any of the people in Italy. I love you all so much. And I was really lucky to have made really, really good friends. But even if you make just kind of like surface level friendships instead of like really deep friendships, that's okay, because you're only there for 1 year of your life. You're not going to go, you might go back, but you're going to go back to live in England afterwards. So manage your, so to resume everything I said, the 10 tips of advice are: say yes to everything, take every opportunity to socialize. Number 2, do your research. For example, a gym, any language schools, stuff you want to do outside of your degree or whatever you're doing in your foreign country. Number 3, get your visa stuff sorted ASAP. Number 4, write down your goals for your year abroad and keep checking up on yourself in regular intervals. Number 5, it's okay to speak English or just ask for help. Number 6, get a routine, and also check out my mental health video that I'm gonna post, my mental health routine. Number 8, just general stuff, try new food, don't prioritize work, visit the country and earn money if you can. Number 9, reflect, think about your career and think about passion projects. And finally, be kind to yourself and don't compare yourself to other people who, you know, might see them on Instagram and they're like having the most bomb year abroad, but that's just the Instagram. It's the highlight of their life. And don't compare yourself to your, you know, manage your expectations, and don't compare yourself to your life in England in an unhealthy way. Okay, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you have the best year abroad ever. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, that's all I've got to say.